How good are you at asking for help? How good are you at receiving help? Self-sufficiency is something that's really praised. It's something that's really craved by many people. They long to be able to get by on their own without anyone else having to give them any help. Well, if that's you, then reading today's psalm, which is Psalm 138, is a psalm that you may perhaps struggle with. You see, Psalm 138 strips us of all self-sufficiency. In fact, when it comes to us and God, there shouldn't be anything that's self-sufficient about us. Because if we don't need God, then we're to be most pitied. We're in a real state. David comes humbly to God and he says, I will praise you right at the beginning, O Lord, with all my heart. Before the gods I will sing your praise. I will bow down towards your holy temple. He goes unashamedly in front of other gods who no doubt back in David's day were claiming to be so much bigger than his God. And yet he understood that his God, our God, is the only one true God who can be worshipped, should be worshipped, must be worshipped. And it's a real lesson in his reverence and dependence on God. He knows that he's weak, he knows that he's failing, and yet this was David, the mighty conqueror of Goliath. This was David, the king who was king that's remembered above all other kings of the Jews. And yet here he is as someone who's feeling his lowliness, feeling his need of God's greatness. He talks there a little later on in the psalm, that though the Lord is on high, he looks down to the lowly. And that's a wonderful promise to us when we come to God with empty hands, just understanding who we are, understanding that we're nothing without him, and yet understanding that God, he resists the proud. But wonderfully we're told he gives grace to the humble. So what will you do? Will you continue to try and be self-sufficient, not needing anyone's help or support? Or will you be someone who goes humbly to God, understanding that you're nothing without him, but also realizing that those are the ones he loves to come to visit, to be merciful and gracious to, and to bless abundantly?